Right, hello there. I'm sorry it's a bit grainy, but it's something to do with the internet connection. It says connection is unstable. If you're on Wi Fi, which I am because I'm plugged into Clive's and he ain't in, he's in Ashbourne, but he's having problems with his Wi Fi, so I'm having problems connecting to it. So I tried this afternoon to see if it'll work, but no, it's too grainy, it's not very clear. But I think you can hear me all right. Let's say a few hellos to Debbie and Anthony, Kathy, Kath, Exploring the Afterlife. I think that's John. But it does say, because it comes up like with a Wi-Fi connection, and it says connection is unstable. If you're on a Wi-Fi, try plugging in your router or move closer to. Well, I could move closer to it really because I've got Clyde's key. So I could break into his house with my computer and get closer to his Wi-Fi. Hello, Jill. Oh, yeah, one man in his bottle. I tried to think of funny titles. I was going to call it something like No Sense something, but I thought I'd bring him into it. You know, let him just be an arsehole. Well, he is an arsehole, but just let him be one. You know, he's chasing after the subs again, ain't he? Chasing up. I'm gonna have to make videos like and copy what he says. You know, like I'm not interested in the money, but I'm doing pay-per-views. How does that work? Can anybody tell me how that works? I'm not interested in the money, but I'm gonna put up pay-per-views, and please subscribe to my subs. That cost either $3.99. I don't know how much they cost. For somebody to say I'm not interested in the money, can somebody explain to me why he does the pay-per-views, he does the subs, and then he comes out with, I'm not in this for the money. You could have fooled me. You know, you could have fooled me. I'm not in for it for the money. So if you all want extra content, go to someone else, because don't come to me. It's a bloody enough doing it once a week and try to get a video out once a week. But it's trying to get shut to me, isn't it? So whatever I'm doing, it seems to be working, doesn't it? What's that? Snot nose paranormal. Eh? I'll have to ban you. Eh? We can't have that, can we? Snot nose paranormal. You're banned. Yes, we'll ban you, snot nose paranormal. But it does get me where people say they're not in it for the money. Right? Because I think it's a load of crock. You know, I've only got a certain amount of followers, which I'm okay with. But I still want to get to that 1,000. It's a goal. You know, I'm nearly there. I'm 153 short, I think. Yeah, I'm on 847. So that's about, yeah, 153. Because I didn't go to school, so the maths is shite. It's me, Rose. Right, I was joking. You know, I was joking. I don't really ban anybody. You know, even if they insult me, I won't ban them. You know, because I just find it quite hilarious. And that's another thing we like YouTubers as well, isn't it? That makes me really laugh. You know, because like I was watching one of Weirdo's he put up against that smug puppy, and that smug puppy says, I don't like it when people get personal. Now these YouTubers, whether in the paranormal or whatever they are, when people don't like them and people call them, they call them back. And they try to like belittle them or whatever. And then they say like stupid things like, he called me fat, called me skinny. He says I've got a red nose. They can't check it. So if they can't check it, what they're doing on YouTube? Because it's not for the money, is it? Because they all say it, don't they? They all say it's not for the money. I don't do it for the money. I don't do it for the subs. Why can't people just be honest and say, I do it. I do it because I enjoy it. If I get the money for doing it, that makes it even better. I don't want you to throw your money at me, but if I can put adverts on it and the adverts pay me, I'd encourage you to watch me 2 or 3 times, because that 2 or 3 times is the revenue that they're going to keep paying me. But I think we all do it for the money, and like I say, the insults, they can't take the insults. They can give it, can't they? They can definitely give the insults that. But when it comes for the time to take the insults back, they all cry like little bitches, don't they? Have you ever noticed that? That Jesse King. Well, lovelies, I've got no time for them. I've got no time whatsoever for the trolls. And then you got Sixth Sense with the inbreds. They don't mind saying things, but you call them, and they just go off on one, don't they? Hey, you can call me a fat, ugly, red-nosed. Well, you can call me anything. It doesn't really bother me. I'm not going to cry till I get to bed. That is, I'm going to bed now. You've upset me. I'm going to bed. I'm going to cry in bed. It really does get me. Some people on YouTube can give it, but they can't check it. It's a bit with me, Clive. See, he can give it, and I can't check it. That's why we're both single. And he's left me tonight. He's gone away for the weekend and left me all on my own. So it's gone to see his girlfriend. Well, that won't work if he's gay, would it? Mind you, can you have a girlfriend if you're gay? Well, I think you can. So what we're going to talk about tonight, because I ain't got a clue. I've been watching the Rolling Stones, the Barron Knights, the Rumbleweeds. I was just having a lovely time on YouTube, and I said to Lindsay and John, I'll be on at 8 o'clock. Well, I was on a bit later, wasn't I? But I was just going to have a drink and listen to music, because I do love, I love Bowie. I love all the old time music. Oh, you'll never guess what happened to me and that. You can call me a racist if you want. I'll accept the rubbish out. And they built a bin area outside. So now we have to walk down all the steps, go outside, and it's a communal bin area for the flats. And they're not really bins as such now. you said on your test live, you was going live. Well, probably. See, I'm such a liar. You know, I am. I'm a terrible liar. Oh, just shoot me for telling a dreadful lie. Please put me out of misery. Yeah, I was putting some rubbish out, and there was like some young lads of colour. Oh yeah, some lads of colour walking by as I'm eating. I think they was eating chicken, and as I was putting me rubbish in the bin, a great big bloody chicken bone come flying over and nearly hit me on my head. Well, obviously it was over, and then the lads was walking by, could hear them all laughing. So I did nothing. I did nothing. I just followed them, stalked them all the way to the traffic lights because I was picking up a prescription. So I had to go over the road to my doctor's to pick up this prescription. So I followed them. And I think the lad that threw the chicken at me, he was the first one when he turned around and saw me walking behind him, he ran. And it's all I could think of is karma. Yes, good old karma. That's anything I could think of. Karma. Because I remembered when I was a kid, you know, the things we put our neighbours up to, you know, when you're playing football in the street and everything. Morning, is it morning? I'm not that drunk yet, am I? Yeah, I just thought of karma because of the things I did from when I was a kid. And then I thought, like, oh shit, I ain't got no strength to open this coat. Oh, God. Oh. And then I thought, like, you know, no wonder why people are racist. Because was it a racist thing they did to throw at a white man their chicken bone? Or was it to them just a bit of fun? Or was it a racist, like, you fucking white bastard, you're having that? Here, check that, you fucker. So, if there's any Asians and coloured people watching this, you know, educate your kids, please. Educate your kids. Because I can construe it two ways, can't I? I can say it was a racist because they took the chicken at me. Or I can take it as they was just being kids. Personally, I just took it they was being kids and they thought it was funny. And then you can think, like I said, you can think it's a racist thing. But they don't help themselves, do they? That's a problem. They don't help themselves. And there's no wonder why there is racist people. You know, years ago, I would have said, yeah, you little black bees or you little, you know, I would have done. I'm a carrot cruncher. Yeah. I'm a bourbon drinker. But you can take it like loads of ways. But like, I just thought it was funny that he ran off. It was a chicken bone. He'd ate the chicken, bastard. Could have left a bit of chicken on it, couldn't he? Eh? I don't mind a bit of chicken, but he just threw the bone. Miserable bastard. Well, that tasted a bit different. matured in a white oak cask. Straight Kentucky bourbon. So that would be matured in a white oak cask. Anybody have heard of white oak? Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Non-genuine without my signature. And it's got like a gin bourbon signature. Aged in the heart of Kentucky. Jim Beam. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey is made for those who take their bourbon serious. Well, I take the bourbon serious. So I can't tell the difference between the Jim Beam and this one. This one's $13.99 and the Jim Beam's 1849 or something. I drink all different types of bourbon. You know, I love bourbon that much that I watched a documentary about a bloke in Kentucky that was stealing bourbon. Yes, I watched a documentary about a bloke who was stealing bourbon. And this bourbon he was stealing, like, because the workers never knew how much this bourbon was worth. You know, and they were stealing bottles and bottles of this bourbon, you know, taking it home and putting it in the cabinets. And they never knew how much this bourbon was worth. And this bloke who worked in the bourbon factory, by accident, his mate came to visit him. I don't know where from, but it was from out of Kentucky, came to visit him. And he gave him a bottle of this bourbon. And then he came the week after and he gave him $2,000. And he went, what's that for? Well, he said, for that bourbon. Can you get any more? He went, well, yeah. So he was buying it off the workers when the workers were stealing it, plus them stealing it himself. Like you do, perks of the job, innit? Perks of the job. They were making a bloody fortune. And it went from there to them stealing bloody barrels of it. And like, you know how documentaries all do the reconstruction. He got caught with about 4 barrels in his garden. You know, there's no honour, is there? No honour amongst thieves. I know a bloke from Kentucky, his name is Colonel. Yeah. But it was interesting, an interesting documentary, and I just thought, like, there's no honour amongst thieves. You know, they're all bloody nicking it. He's buying it off them. So he's making all the money, isn't he? You know, and apparently this bourbon was going for $4,000. $4,000. It's dollars, isn't it? $4,000 up to $5,000. That because they were stealing it that much, they had to put it in a cage. And this bloke nicked a box of it with 12 bottles in it. And he kept it to himself because in the documentary, that's what sparked the investigation of this bourbon. And they never knew how widespread it was. And it wasn't just, they've got distilleries all over Kentucky. And this bloke was like grabbing all the bourbons from all these different factories because they all knew each other and they all played baseball together and that. And this bloke who nicked a box kept it to himself, the 12 bottles. And when they did this investigation and they said like, I mean, from prosecution, if you tell us how many bottles you've had and that, and who you sold it to and whatever, you know, you won't get prosecuted. Good on her. I had a bottle. That was that bottle of Jack you was going to give me that I never taken. Every time I come up, enjoyed every mouthful. I don't blame you, Lindsay. I don't blame you. You know, so that was an interesting documentary. You know, because I am sad, you know, watching a documentary on bourbon and who's it. Can you imagine me in Kentucky with the bourbon, eh? Working at a bourbon distillery. You know, that's my dream job, isn't it? Working a bourbon distillery. You wouldn't have to pay me, would you? Hey, just grab a few bottles one evening. So now I've got my channel back. I don't know how long for, because like I said earlier, when I was testing me, Mr. No Sense is trying to check me down. And I'm not surprised he's trying to check me down because he's a sad fucker. That's all I've got to say. He's a sad fucker. He wants to check me down because, like, people are listening to me. He's probably lost quite a few subs, not just through me. It's because I can't just say it's me. There's other people involved, like Paranormal Blights, Blocked by John 6 Cents, Johnny Bloater, you know, and people going, like, when they're going to block by John 6 Cents, everybody that gets blocked by him finds them and they put up, oh, well, I've just been blocked. And to be quite truthful, I've got no sympathy, which I haven't, because, like, most of the 6 Senses fans, up till they get blocked, you know, or slag you off or whatever, and then as soon as they're blocked, they want to vent. You know, so I get knocked down, but I get back up again. Yeah, same as me. So I don't really feel sorry for people in that way. I feel sorry if they've given money and they've been like avid supporters. You know, there's Brendan that used to work with him. Who was the one? Kev Lamb that used to work with him. You know, I feel sorry for them people. because not only have they worked for him, but when they try to tell the truth about him, it's all John Sixpence can do is try to blacken the names by calling them thieves and drug addicts and this and that. You know, but you call John Sixpence a con man, right? And then he starts crying. What's that? Stubbing car won't use liquid blue to go around the lake. I don't understand that. I'm in a two-way conversation here. Not too good at it on the way out, but my back is. I think I'm on the way out now. I've stopped working. Now I've stopped working, so has my body. I've struggled to get out of bed. I've struggled to get up, like out of a chair, like my knees play up. Oh God! I try to do exercise, but I can't do it. Too fat now. Think I've put on a stone since I've left work. My trousers don't fit me anymore. Nothing really fits me anymore. There's so much proof, about all the scams and the cons he's done. I can't think of a name at the moment. It'll come to me. A little boy died, and he promised to get an headstone, which he did. He promised her. And then somebody wrote in chat, or maybe I can help with that, because my uncle or somebody's a stonemason. And then he tried to blame it onto them. When she called him out, was it Gail? Was it Gail? Can't think of a name, or was it somebody else? And there was all starch. John Sixpence fans. There was all starch. There was all his fans. And then, like I say, he did that scam over her grave, a son's gravestone. And then he comes out with like, well, she's slagging me off. I'm not going to pay for somebody's gravestone. That's slagging me off. She slagged him off because he didn't pay for it. Like he said. He said he was going to do something and he never did it. So she come on here and said something about it. And then he starts slagging her off. Now that gets me. And it's got followers now, and they'll say to him, oh, my auntie died last week. And I'm never so sorry to hear that. He's not fucking bothered at all. It's like I said, he's not supposed to be doing any readings or anything like that. And now he's doing them again. He put on his channel, I've got a bit of free time, I'm going to do a few readings. No, you've got no money and you need some money, so you're going to put some readings to get money. And it's like the ghost at the train station. What I was talking about earlier on this afternoon, if nobody's heard it, he put up this video about the is it Wallington train station. If you Google it, there's about four sightings apparently there. There's one about a priest or a vicar that was crossing the railway lines and he was deaf or a bit deaf and he didn't hear the train and it knocked him over. There was a bloke, he was like, they see him standing on the train station platform with a newspaper underneath his arm, and then he disappears. The other one, I don't know if it was a lorry or something, got hit by a train and killed the bloke. And apparently you see him now. And the other one is a phantom train. You don't see the train, but you can hear it. And apparently you can smell the coal, you can smell the steam. When it goes past the station, you can hear it going past the station. And he calls himself a psychic medium. But what he picks up on, he don't pick up on anything like that at all. He don't address it in his video at all. Doesn't say anything about them four incidents. It's what he does do is mention kids. And then he puts on an app and says, you know, I put on this magic box because it's got sounds on it, and you can alter the sounds, whether it be a boy, a girl, or a man, or a woman, and he puts it onto kids' sounds, and then he passes it off as like a kid, when the spirit might be a bloke. You don't know what the spirit is, do you? Eh? But he's passing it off as a kid. He's trying to con his way. And this is what I don't like about him. It cons you, it fools you. And then when you call him out, he don't like it. And then he tries to like put copyright strikes in for you. Because you show it. Yeah, I'm looking at some comments. Debbie B commented, "Hi Simon, great to see you back." Yo commented, "Hope you're well, long time no see. You're looking very mysterious in that goffin looking mist room." Yeah, it's something to do with the internet, you know, it doesn't. I was talking to John earlier, I said it's something to do with the upload. And it is, I know it is now, because like I say, I've got, like in my box, it shows me perfectly. And then it's got live 34 minutes ago. Then it's got like your internet box. And then, like I say, under that, it says connection is unstable. And then it tells me how many followers I've got, which is 16. So 16 people's watching. So I really do think it's my internet now. It's not uploading properly. It's probably a comment from like when I did that video last week when I was drunk. I think it was that, when I did that comment last week when I was drunk. But I'm a bit sober now. Evening, dear sir. Dear. Oh dear. Oh, I'm a dear now, am I? Oh yeah. Oh, because of the shirt. It's this side, isn't it? The deer on this side. Great chat as usual. What happened to Mark Smith? He's deleted his channel again. I don't know. I hope he hasn't deleted it. It was doing quite well, I think. But I also think, like, again, it's like me. So if you're listening to me, Mark, you're probably like me. You're like fed up of it, and then you want to do it, but your heart's not in it. And then, because that's what YouTube's like, it is very addictive. It really is addictive. You know, your art's not in it. It's like making videos. You know, my art's not really in it. You know, it's been snapped out of me getting them 2 copyright strikes. So I just can't be bothered like to make any more. But I'll get it back. You know, somehow I'll get it back. But like I try to make videos, and no, the videos I want to make, nobody's interested. You know, if I talk about John Sixcence in a video and I get 300 views on it, which I think is quite good. Now I make a video, a proper rant video, like Boris Johnson. You know, we'll talk about the dreaded Boris, you know, with his telephone WhatsApp messages that is given to Parliament now. You know, here's all my WhatsApp messages because I am telling the truth. And because I'm telling the truth, because I'm Mr. Boris, you know, you're going to listen to me. And that Richard Sunak's going, oh, fuck, oh, fucking hell, Boris, what you doing to me, you old cunt, eh? I've got some messages in that WhatsApp, you know, that I don't want people to see. You know, I'm going to have to block him. You know, I'm going to have to put an high court restriction on him. You know, people don't want to hear that, do they? You know, yeah, I did appear on, but I lost them both. I've not really looked into it properly, but I'd have to. But all the others that I did, they all got through the appeals. But them 2 never. I don't know why. So I really have to, and I thought there was 2 good videos. You know, they enhanced these videos. He didn't have any content, did he? I put content in his videos. I put spooks in his videos. I made them videos more scarier than what his videos was actually are. You know, so I improved his video and put scariness in there, and he copyrighted me for it. Hey, how's that? You know, making an improvement of his videos, and he copyrights me. I, Nanny Lynn. I'll blow her a kiss. Fucking hell. No need to headbutt me, Lynn. No need to headbutt me. I ain't blew you a kiss. I no need to headbutt me. Yeah, I improved his videos, put ghosts in it, which he never had in the first place. You know, we had no demons until I put them in. You know, so like, and I'm not really that bothered he copyrighted them at all, because if you take this channel down, I'll make another channel like I already have done. Now I know how many people actually do follow me, which is 60, because that's how many like people have subscribed to me, and I ain't even got a video up, and 60 people, so that's good. You know, so now I feel like a vicar. Yes, I have saved 60 souls from the devil. I have saved 60 souls from the devil. You know, Nancy's not in chat. Lots of laughs. I don't know who that is. Hello, Jenny. Hi, Simon. And funny enough, I was watching John Sixcence an old video of his, because I want you to know how many updates has he done on that channel of his. You know, because like let me put it. I'll share my screen in a minute. Right, our paranormal journey. That's what gets me, right? How many people have found his YouTube channel and his Facebook channel, right? Because he says he's changed his channel, so anybody that puts in where spirit meets science, they won't find him because he's changed it to our paranormal journey. Now I still put in where spirits meet science, and it comes up now as paranormal journey, our paranormal. So what a load of bollocks that was, wasn't it? Be careful now. He can't do me for this. He can't do me for this. Preset, share screen. Entire screen. Click that. Don't show this tip again. Got that. Do that. All right, add it again. Do that. Yeah, he can't do me for this. Right. This is it. Look, the train thing. Right. You've got 4 legitimate spirit encounters there, and he ignores them all, but he's got children. We need to move these children over. I do not know. Hey, there's been no mention of children near that bloody train station, but he gets it on his radio, and somebody says, "Oh, that's a child's voice," and then from that, he thinks, "Yeah, I've got it now." Well, thank you, John, and blessings. I cried so beautiful. Hey, well, Kathy. Hey, go and have a look. Get on YouTube and put Rolleston Station in. There's a couple of videos out there. Not as many what he said. There's only a couple. And there's no mention of children. And then go to Google search and put it in, and there's no mention of children. But for 4 encounters, like I've said, vicar gets knocked over by a train, a lorry gets collided with a train and the bloke's killed. There's a bloke with a newspaper underneath his arm. And the phantom train that you don't see but you can hear and you can smell smoke. But he's got children. Oh, unbelievable. Yeah, this is what I was doing. I go onto his videos. Right. Wow. How many times have we said that? Wow. Oh, he's hungry again. He's picking. It might be time for bed for you, look, but it's not for me. Yeah, look, an apology from John. Right. So he can't do that.
Hey guys, I'm just doing this video in the form of an apology, really. Yesterday,
So I'm doing this video in a form of an apology. So you're not apologizing, you're just doing it in the form of an apology. You're not apologizing, you're just doing it in a form of an apology. Is that right? I got that right? Because I'm not sure, you know, I'm a bit thick when I've had a drink.
Lost my rag and did a rant video.
I did a rant video. Now, any other time, he used to say, I'm doing a drama video. So for somebody that doesn't watch me, he nicks little bits out of everybody's videos and incorporates it into his own life, like his rant now. He's a ranter now. He was a drama before, now he's a ranter. Eh? It's got no originality of making up his own stuff. He has to nick everybody else's and incorporate it into his own videos. The dear in copyright strike me when he can't even think of like words to put in his own videos. He has to link my rant, eh? And then before that, it was drama. You know, like when I used to do the drama videos, everybody talked about drama. Now it's all rants, isn't it?
A rant live stream on this page, and there's been a drama on this page for a good year or so. And
well, I can prove you wrong there, mate. I can definitely prove you wrong there, eh? You're always putting some drama up, aren't you?
Last thing I wanted to do.
It wasn't the last thing you wanted to do. If it was the last thing you wanted to do, you wouldn't have done it.
I got triggered. I'd had a bad day, and a few things were said that wound me up, and I shouldn't have done it. And I want to apologise to anyone that it may have offended or upset.
So you probably upset some of his followers, and then now he's doing the grovelling. You grovelling little bastard, you grovelling little bastard, eh? I'm going to do a little grovelling video, you grovelling little bastard, you. Right, that come from Monty Python's. I don't know if anybody's seen it, where I don't know if it was Prince William or Prince Charles sent Spike Milligan a message, and Spike Milligan looked at it and went, "You grovelling little bastard," which was quite funny. You know, we can use it in the sense of John's sixth sense. You know, you grovelling little bastard. You know, so that
I shouldn't have done it. Simple as.
But I was looking at all the updates, look. Here, look, chit chat and update, right? And then you keep going down, keep following him, and it just goes on and on and on. Yeah, look, well. I can't think of a title, so I'll go, well. And I'll do a bit of clickbait. Big announcement, look. You know, very important information. You know, he hasn't done any drama videos or rant videos. Another one, look, well. He said that 3 times up to that, and I'm only looking for the updates, and I keep getting well with it all. Well, eh? Where are these updates? Yeah, there's one, an update, so that's number 2. Some more of that. Another one, look, well. He likes being well, doesn't he? He likes being well. Eh? I have news. Yeah, I've got news for you. Well. I've got news. Yeah, so I was doing all this, looking to see how many updates he's actually done. He's done quite a few. Because if you have a look at the time zone, look, 23 weeks ago. So Maybe I've had a faster internet connection. And how many times has he done a video in this one? Are these spirits really that bad? How many times have they done it? Looks like a cow shed. Yeah, I look another one. Well, I should have done it on well, shouldn't I? How many times have they said well? Hey, it's all kicking, definitely is kicking off, isn't it? Eh? What was he having some time off there, like 30 weeks ago? Look, Jojo here, let's do this. Famalam, eh? Oh dear. Couldn't you think of a title for that one? Our Paranormal Journey video. Really? Yeah, that's about right. Back to the asylum. Yes, that's about right for you two. Oh, she's at it now. Look, well. Hey, she's at it now. Can we escape from the asylum? Hey, they went to the asylum. Now they're trying to escape it. You know, so like, I did try to figure out how many updates had done, but I never realised how many wells have done. What's that? Data deleter. So they have things to hide. They delete all theirs. And anything to do, like to catch him out, he deletes it. He don't want people to know. You know, he's only left that apology video up because apparently he's apologising. Apparently, he's apologising. But it's deleted loads of videos. There were no spirit, Ghost Lady, there were no spirit children at that train station whatsoever. He made it all up. You know, one of his team mentioned, because they were doing the spirit box, and it sounded like a child, and then all of a sudden he concentrated on that. It was a child. And I've looked into that train station, and like I said, I really have. I've looked into most of the videos because there's not that many. I've tried searching most of the day today, and I did search yesterday. I did do a big search on it, and it's all I could find was about 4 things. And I've said them, like the lorry, a bloke died when a train crashed into a lorry. That was the most recent one. There was a bloke holding a newspaper underneath his arm, and apparently he appears and disappears. There's a ghost train that you don't see, but you can hear it go past the station, and you can smell the smoke and the coal. And then there's a vicar in the 1800s. He was crossing the railway lines, and he was deaf, and he didn't hear the train, and it knocked him over, and he died of his injuries. They took him to, I think, Newark Hospital, but apparently he died of his injuries. There's no mention of children whatsoever around that station. It's all he's done is one of his team members says to him, "Oh, that sounds like a child," and then he's made it all up as he goes along. He even gets an app out, and this is what gets me. It calls it the Magic Box that was made by Up Paranormal. You know, this Magic Box is made by Up Paranormal, so that says it all, doesn't it? Hey? And it's what it does. It's like a spirit box, but it's got like a drop-down menu, and it will give you it in a kid's voice, of a girl or a lad, and male voices, and maybe a spooky voice and whatever. You can do the verb, you know, you can alter it. So he puts it into a little girl's voice to make it sound good, but it's all made up. There was nothing, you know, no spirit there whatsoever. So the sound box was like of a spirit girl, but actually if the spirit was a bloke, it would have come out in the little girl's voice. You know, it's all a con trick. You know, it's just to con your mind, you know, to make you think it's a little girl when it wasn't a little girl. It was either a taxi driver, you know, bleed over to a radio station. It was probably a radio comment on a radio station that it just happened to catch at the time. You know, he is trying to get his ratings up. He's trying everything. And it's like I said earlier, he's told his fans he doesn't do it for the money. And he doesn't do it for this. But he's got his pay-per-view. He's got his subs. So if you're not doing it for the money, right, well, why have you got a pay-per-view if you're not doing it for the money? And why have you got like extra content for your subs? You know, you can give it to them for nothing, can't you? You know what I mean? You can do your pay-per-view for nothing, you know, but it's all designed to get money off his followers. And that one that says, "I'm not a liar," and then she shows herself drinking gin, and then has the audacity to call me a pisshead, you know, when in reality she is an actual pisshead, eh? But she don't do it on air because she ain't got the bollocks to do it on air, you know, because I've heard she likes a bit of wine and a bit of the other stuff. You know, they have got a few moles in the camp. But I don't say anything because I don't want to get into trouble. You know, because some of the Lindsay knows that I've got a big mouth. Lindsay, you know I've got a big mouth and it comes out. You know, so I try not to say anything when people send me stuff. But they have got like little moles in the camps. You know, she thinks it's quite safe when she actually isn't. And just because I don't say things, you know, it doesn't mean that I don't know things, you know, but I just keep it to myself because it just makes me laugh. What's that? Never used to be pay-per-view in my... Everything now, YouTube is everything to do with money, isn't it? You know, it's like subs, money. And all small YouTubers like us, we are just small. You know, we get a steady flux of views, people jump in, jump out. You know, I go on forever. I'm a bit like Dennis Roussos, forever and ever. You know, I go on like him. You know, Now you have podcasts, don't you? Eh? I've been watching quite a few of them as well. They're quite interesting podcasts. Oh, I've got itchy bollocks. It's a good job you can't see me scratching me bollocks off. Oh, God. What, where are I? They just take the idea from the smaller viewers page and make it as if they do that. It's like I say, you've never heard him say rant until I did Rant of the Day. When I did my drama page, they used to call it drama, didn't they? I'm not doing any drama. I'm not doing any drama. And now I come up with I thought when I deleted my drama channel, I was a mug. I was a right mug. Nearly 2,000 followers I had. Nearly I never. I just had 2,000 subscribers or something. I think I nearly had 3,000 subscribers when I deleted it. What a mug I was. But I had to delete it. Because if I'm true to my word and I say it's not on about the money, and I did get concerned because like Nanny Ling used to send me money. Quite a few other people used to send me money. And at the end of the month, I was working. And at the end of the month, I used to make I think it was about £200 just for doing this. At the end of the month, I got £200. But I was doing this, but I was slagging Mark Smith off. But I slagged him off for a legitimate reason. I didn't do it out of hatred or anything like that, like I don't do it with John Sixpence out of hatred. I do it to try to save people money. You can watch who you want, but don't send them money. Don't go into their subs. Don't pay for the pay-per-view. Because you're getting nothing for it. You know what I mean? What do you get? You get her screaming like a little banshee, running around like a little rabbit, stamping her feet. Can you hear that whistle? Can you hear? And you can't hear nothing. You know what I mean? You just can't hear anything. I still download their videos, and even though I don't put any up, I still put them through the editor, and I listen quite closely to like what's being said and whatever. When they say like we're going to do an EVP or we're going to do the spirit box and this, and I do download his videos and I do put them through that editor, and I do listen, but I don't make the videos. Sometimes I think people deserve to get ripped off, because no matter it's got like top, because if you go like to his Facebook page and you go into his comments and you've got like top fans and top this and top that, and they're all women, a bit like me. I better talk like this and get a few men in men. Oh, are they men? Hey, so I talk like this and get a few men in. Hey, he was a liar too. It's not just him though, is it? It's not just him. You know, there's quite a few paranormal teams out there that you can't really trust. You know, I don't really like to say much about that Lindsay and Ben because, like, I don't know if they've stopped doing their paranormal videos because people were shouting them out saying it's all masking and that. And like it was all fishing wire. I believe it was, but that's my personal belief. It's like one of the reasons I don't really have a go at Dan. The only thing I have a go at Dan for is because, like, well, when he does a rant video, it's like, I'm hard. You know, come on, I'm gonna have you. You see, I'll take the piss out of that. You know, if he ever catches me, he'll flatten me like a pancake, wouldn't he? You don't have to. Well, he wouldn't have to punch me. He'd have to blow on me. I'll fall over. You know, but like, never heard of Lindsay and Ben. They do this. Well, they used to do this. Their house is haunted, and doors would open, and things would fly off and stuff like that. A bit like Smug Puppy, but there was a bit more professional than Smug Puppy. You know, it's like that door behind me that you can see the jeans hanging on. You know, I could have a bit of fishing wire at the bottom of the door and tie it to my chair here. Then I could pull the fishing line. I could pull it here. You know, you can't really see my arm move, but I'm pulling like an invisible wire that's not there. That could open my door, and you lot will believe my ass is haunted because I'm just talking to you. You know, that door opens, and you're going to say, Simon, your door's open. Didn't you see that? And I'm going to say no because I was talking. I was more interested in talking to you. You know, we can all do little tricks and everything. You know, I'd be fair not to do them. You know, because I really do believe in the paranormal. You know, I go to bed at night and I hear some weird sounds, and I think one is a light because I don't use my light in the bedroom only to when I go to bed. I turn it on, I get undressed, turn the light off, and get in bed. After 20 minutes, I hear a funny sound, and I think, is that the light bulb? Then I had it on for 2 seconds, or like less than a minute. I've had it on for less than a minute. Would it eat that much to make this sound? And I think, is it spirit? Is it? But I do believe in spirit. I've seen things, I've heard things, you know, that makes me believe. And I still question them. And Lindsay and John will tell you, I do question them. Is it spirit? Is it? I'm not sure. Yes, I'm sure. No, I'm not. And I argue with myself all the time. But I think it's because I want to believe in it. I want to believe in an afterlife. You know, hopefully tomorrow I've got to go shopping. So after I've got to get up early as well, go shopping. John's a bit like me. He wants to go back out there ghost hunting like I do. And then, like, we can't be bothered. we just can't be bothered, you know. But I said to John, tomorrow I'll go up and see Lindsay and John tomorrow and see if we can knock up a video, like of ghost hunting, go somewhere. But I think it's hard for us because, like, well, especially for me, because I've slagged off that many people that trespass in these buildings that I can't do it. You know, I can't go into a building that, because if I go into a building, there's gonna be a bloody uproar, isn't there? That two-faced little bastard's got into the building, trespassing, eh? And he's slagged everybody off. Now he's doing it, trespassing. You see, I've got to watch what I do. You know, I really have got to be careful with what I do. But this is where YouTube comes into it, when you make money out of YouTube. Like I said, that £200 that I was making when I got like them followers before, you can put that money in and like what Nanny Lynn does, events, you know, and say, yeah, Nanny Lynn, we'll come on your events. And we could do that, you know, put it into the events and put the money back into the paranormal to try to show you real paranormal. You know, but to do that, you need to make the money. Just got to check one thing first. Well, no, it's not that one, is it? This one. Yeah, that's it. Actually, I've forgotten all about this. I've got a Patreon. You must be over 18 to view this content. Well, yeah, I'm over 18. There you go, look. Select a membership level. Rant of the day, £1 a month plus VAT. VAT. Join. I'll be my first Patreon. I don't know when I made that. So that's a bit of a rip-off, isn't it? That's a bit of a rip-off. So to support me, that costs you £1 a month. So I need 200 people. You pay £1.20. So the VAT is 20p. So if I was you, like, I forget it. I think I'll take that Patreon off. You know, and then I don't think you get I don't think you get that money. I think they take a percentage, don't they? You pay £1.20 a month on the first. By clicking subscribers now, you agree to Patreon's terms of use and private policy. This Patreon subscription automatically reviews monthly, and you'll be notified in advance if the monthly amount increases. Cancel anytime in your membership settings. So yeah, I put my Patreon the lowest as possible, you know, because I don't believe in ripping people off. But I think if I want to go ghost hunting, I have to pay for it. That's right, 350 quid. But like I said, all the money I've made out of doing this, I'll put it back into it. I'll put the money back into it, like whether it be a microphone, whether it'll be a light, like the light, like if I put this light on. Let's have a look on YouTube what I look like with that light. I never realised it looked that dark on YouTube. Look, see, look, it looks terrible, doesn't it? So look at that, like what that looks like. Oh, that's even worse, isn't it? God, yeah, worse. Look at the state of me. You know, to see it on. You know, it. Oh God. Oh, I can't stand that. Oh God. Oh, is that better? I don't know yet. I've got to wait now to get back to my chair. Well, it's a bit better as long as my head covers that light. Yeah, so like money, it does help to do the investigations and that. But it's big business. That's the problem with ghost hunting now. Years ago, when you had all these places, they didn't charge that much. But now the internet has come along, and like YouTube, it's just killed it. I'm sorry to say. It's just absolutely killed the ghost hunting. You know, you could probably hire a place out for like 70 quid, you know. But like now, since the YouTubers come out and the internet, it's just killed ghost hunting because everybody can do it. You know, it's all you need basically is a webcam. Is this? That's all you need. That's all you need to go ghost hunting. You know, this is like I bought this, I bought that, the mic, and that, I already bought this myself. It was the second one I bought. I bought one, and the wife at the time, before she passed away, she knocked it over and she broke this bit off it. So I had to buy this. So altogether, I spent 500 quid, you know, on 2 cameras. And then thankful for people that used to donate to me. I could buy the light, I could buy the mic, you know, but that's all you need actually to go ghost hunting. You don't need any other equipment because this is the best equipment you can have. And like I said to John, you know, we went to is it Antwerp mansion in Manchester. And I was live streaming at the time. And I caught these lights, which was like brilliant. I just caught them. There was just flashing. It was like unbelievable. But because I was live streaming it, it wasn't capturing what I was actually capturing. But if I did it like through that camcorder, I would have caught a lot more. But because I was doing it live and it was buffering and that, you know, you didn't catch what I caught. So I do believe if you're a really proper ghost hunter, it's best to do it with a camcorder. One hour 22. Right, I'll probably give it another 10 minutes till 1:30. But like if you're passionate like me in ghost hunts, you know, I've always said it, I will show what I catch. And if I don't catch out, I'll still show it. Let me add to screen. Go to desktop. It's not there. Is it under videos? Videos. Well, that's not it. This was an interesting place. Uber stands. When I did Uber stands with
church around here.
We had a walk down there as well.
I've just heard a faint bell sound. So I'm wondering if it came from over that direction.
You see Mandy here, look, she's brilliant. You know, she really is brilliant. She's like me, she believes in ghosts. And she picks up on things.
So is that all you're going to do for us tonight? Just like set old grandmother up and walk away to the woods and not do anything else?
We've got another machine that you can talk to. Have you got your phone on you? With that Necrophonics?
Yes.
We'll try out the apps.
They work for other people though, don't they?
Well, debatable. Everything's debatable, isn't it?
You know that video. It was an hour long, and
It stands.
I made the video in it. Look, 16 minutes long.
Make me for state, isn't it?
This one.
I made the video 16 minutes long. Look.
That shouldn't go off. And that light's come on.
Okay. So if that's you,
Now that light was already on, but I never noticed it at the time. I was watching this video again, and I did notice that light was on. But that little box with the white area, it never really goes off. It's here. It never really goes off at all. It's only gone off a couple of times. Once at Uber stands and once at the police station. And it went off. But like I say, I am a serious ghost hunter when I go out. I really do miss going out with Mandy. She was brilliant. I really enjoyed the company. But because like she lived in Rotherham, and at the time the petrol was going through the roof, wasn't it? And I was having some difficult times within myself. You know, I've lost contact with her, but I hope I can get back in touch with her. And take her out with me and Lindsay and John. But you should really get yourself up on Uber stands, you know, and investigate it. Oh, I hope I get this. See, the quality of the video, it's really shit because, like I say, because I've got little band. I was telling John, it's the upload speed. I haven't got it. What time is it now? I've got about a minute left. A minute. So obviously I want to thank you all for joining me. I'm going to go back to Dave Bowie, the Rolling Stones, Benny King. You know, I'm going to listen to, gotta get sloshed off here. Oh, am I going to get hammered? I was going to say pissed, but I thought I'll be a gentleman and say hammered. And I still said pissed, so I might as well just said got pissed, ain't it? Right? So I'm going to get pissed then. Eh? But I really do thank you all for joining me and having this little ranty chat. And to anybody that don't know me, please subscribe and follow. And like I said, thank you all for watching. I'm off.